How did you expose the real predator when everyone thought it was you? My student Katie's stepfather destroyed my career with one rehearsed lie, claiming I touched her during tutoring. When the suspension came down, I vomited in the parking lot, hands shaking so badly I couldn't unlock my car. It was his word, the PTA president everyone trusted, against mine, a male teacher caught alone with his stepdaughter. Of course they believed him. Katie told her story like she was reading from a script, eyes fixed on something terrifying behind me. 20 years of spotless reviews meant nothing as parents pulled their kids from my classes. The principal wouldn't even meet my eyes. We have to protect the children. You understand. That was it, my whole life falling apart in his office. 3 lawyers turned me away before one finally agreed to help, only after I drained my retirement to pay her up front. Cases like mine rarely end well. When we subpoenaed the phone company, they resisted for weeks, hiding behind privacy concerns. It wasn't until my lawyer threatened to go public about them shielding a predator that we got the texts. My hands shook as I read them. Remember what we practiced about Mr. K. Don't forget what happens if you change the story. Even then, the prosecutor brushed it off, saying it could mean anything. Our investigator went door to door, but parents slammed doors in his face, terrified of being tied to the pedo teacher case. Finally, one mom listened. Her daughter admitted she'd been crying over Katie's secret. Soon 3 different girls told the same story. Katie's stepfather was forcing her to lie about me. Still, we needed more than the word of middle school kids. Then Haley, one of the girls, saved a Snapchat that almost got deleted when her mom cleared her phone. Katie had written, "I hate doing this to Mr. K, but he said he'll hurt me worse if I don't." I sat in my lawyer's office staring at it, knowing this child was being tortured into destroying me, and it still wasn't enough. The rail break came from Susan, Katie's mom. She had defended her husband fiercely, refusing calls and threatening restraining orders. But one day, while looking for homework, she found Katie's diary hidden under her mattress. That little pink notebook told 6 months of nightmares in purple gel pen, how he abused her when Susan worked nights, how he drilled her on the lies until she could say them without crying. When Susan called my lawyer, she was sobbing so hard she could barely breathe. Oh my God, what has he done to my baby? I could hear her world collapsing while mine finally began to piece back together. The school counselor at first refused to share her notes, citing confidentiality. But a court order revealed Katie had scheduled a session the week before everything happened, then canceled it after her stepdad found the slip. We mapped the timeline. Monday, she made the appointment. Tuesday, he discovered it. Wednesday, he filed charges against me. That's when the prosecutor finally started listening. At an emergency school board meeting we fought 3 weeks to get, Susan stood trembling with that diary in her hands. She told everyone, this man tried to destroy an innocent teacher to cover his crimes against my daughter. Katie trusted Mr. K as her safe person, and he knew it. The parents who had condemned me realized they'd been shielding the real predator. In court, the judge gripped his gavel, jaw tight as he read each charge. Guilty of child abuse, guilty of filing false reports, guilty of witness tampering. 20 years minimum. The stepfather slumped in his chair like his strings had been cut. When Katie appeared on the video screen, the entire courtroom held its breath. Her voice shook as she whispered, he said if I didn't say it right, he'd hurt my baby brother the same way he hurts me when mommy's at work. A woman in the back sobbed so loudly the bailiff had to guide her out. My knees gave out when the judge announced my teaching license was reinstated. I had to hold onto the table to keep from collapsing. The settlement money meant nothing compared to Katie's letter months later. Dear Mr. K, thank you for being the teacher I could trust. Even when he made me hurt you, Mom says you're the reason I'm safe now. Last week, Susan brought Katie to my classroom. She looked like a whole new kid, free of the weight she'd been carrying. When she hugged me and whispered, I'm sorry, I held her tight and told her, none of this was your fault. You were just trying to survive. Full story on the channel. Link below. Click now and watch what happened next.